Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Today we are talking about everything from Russian hackers' latest target to the best-selling album of all time. Those stories and many more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Tuesday, August 21st. You ready? Let's do this. There's another security threat that seems to come from Russia, but this time, hackers have a new target: conservative think tanks and the U.S. Senate. In a new report today, Microsoft said it found and took control of websites created by a group of hackers that are linked to a Russian military unit. The same Russian-tied group believed to have interfered in the 2016 election, by the way. The New York Times reports this time hackers created websites meant to look like sites from a couple different think tanks and the Senate. Just one letter or symbol would be the only thing different in the URL. Hackers apparently hoped people would think they're clicking through the real site, when really they could be handing over passwords or other sensitive information to the wrong people. The websites could also be used to send emails to Senate staffers or other workers and try to trick them. These particular conservative think tanks that were targeted this time are ones that have wanted more sanctions against Russia. So experts are saying the hacking and interfering in elections is not really about one U.S. political party or another. It's about who will be the best for Russia itself. For now, it seems Microsoft helped stop it. The company says it wants to see tech companies and the federal government working together more to protect against these types of cyber attacks. A big announcement for the coal industry. Today, President Trump is expected to explain a new plan that'll get rid of environmental restrictions on coal-fired power plants and leave it up to the states to decide how to handle them instead. The new plan is also expected to relax pollution rules for facilities that need upgrades. The Wall Street Journal reports it could help coal plants stay competitive with renewable energy sources. It essentially rewrites the Clean Power Plan, which was part of President Obama's effort to slow down climate change, although those rules have been held up in a court battle. Now, it's environmental groups who say they'll be the ones taking this new plan to court. The Pope just wrote a first-of-its-kind letter to all Catholics this week, all 1.2 billion of them around the world. The letter asked them to condemn sex abuse by priests and help get rid of any cover-ups. Pope Francis called the cover-ups a, quote, culture of death. Reuters reports the letter seemed to be a call for Catholics to face the sex abuse crisis together. But some critics called for more action to deal with the issue and fewer words. Remember, just last week, a grand jury report found the Catholic Church covered up abuse of more than 1,000 children in Pennsylvania alone. Venezuela is dealing with a big problem and is making a big radical change to try and fix it. The problem? Soaring inflation. The inflation rate hit 60,000% over the weekend, and experts think it'll hit 1,000,000% by the end of the year. As NPR put it, it takes stacks of bills just to buy toilet paper there. The radical move to try and fix it: change the currency. CNBC reports the government is now handing out new banknotes linked to a government-run cryptocurrency called the Petro, and the new currency gets rid of 5 zeros. So one new banknote will be worth 100,000 of the old bolivar. The government calls it a magic formula for economic reform. But many experts are saying this will actually only make things worse. The economic crisis is already so bad that thousands of people are trying to leave the country. The number of people with measles just hit a record high in Europe, and experts told the BBC it's because not as many people are getting vaccinated. The World Health Organization says more than 41,000 people were infected in the first half of this year. That's almost double the number of cases for the entire year last year. Measles is highly contagious, but now discredited research got a bunch of people not to trust the vaccine. Doctors and other experts are trying to change that and stop these outbreaks. All right, some other things people may be talking about today. Pepsi plans to buy SodaStream. If you haven't heard of SodaStream, it makes at-home machines that can carbonate water or other drinks on the spot. NBC News says Pepsi knows the younger generation wants healthier, more environmentally friendly options, so it's trying to get on board. It means less sweetened soda and more sparkling water, made at home without another single-use plastic bottle. Apple may be coming out with a new low-cost laptop later this year. Bloomberg is reporting the new laptop will likely look similar to the current MacBook Air, but with some upgrades. The rumor is it'll come out in October. after some new iPhones, Apple Watches, and iPad Pros are launched first. The MTV Video Music Awards aired last night, so here are a few moments to know about. Jennifer Lopez got the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award for her work over the last 2 decades, and her performance reminded us of many of her hit songs over the years. Some cast members from the old MTV reality show The Hills are back, saying a reboot is coming. Madonna was in charge of the Aretha Franklin tribute since the Queen of Soul died last week. Madonna told a story about singing an Aretha Franklin song to get her big break, and now some are saying Madonna made that tribute moment too much about Madonna. There were other presenters like Tiffany Haddish and several performances from stars like Ariana Grande. Camila Cabello won Video and Artist of the Year. There's a new best-selling album in the U.S. now. The Eagles album called Their Greatest Hits 1971 to 1975 took that top spot. It pushed Michael Jackson's Thriller down to number 2. The Recording Industry Association of America reported these new numbers, and yes, the AP says those figures do now include both traditional sales and streaming from digital sources like YouTube, Apple Music, and Spotify. And that's it for today. You are all caught up. Thank you so much again for listening. Please be sure to share this episode with a friend or let someone know about the newsworthy. As always, if you want to read more about any of the news stories we talked about today, just check out today's show notes. You can find them at thenewsworthy.com. Just click episodes and find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you to listen every weekday by 4 in the morning Eastern Time. We'll be back with more news tomorrow. Have a great day.